Rowan raced up to his house, only to find it engulfed in flames. Despair choked him as he lounged towards the inferno, but firefighters with strong arms held him back.
Sir, it's too dangerous. You can't go in there.
One of them shouted. Rowan spun around, searching frantically for his wife and his son in the crowd gathering nearby. Panic crawled at his throat as he couldn't find them among the worried faces. He screamed their names, but his voice was lost in the noise of crackling flames, wailing siren and the powerful blast of water from the fire truck. A firefighter yelled.
There is a woman and a baby inside.
Rowan's heart pounded as he heard the shout.
Please no, God. Please no.
He whispered, a prayer escaping his lips. Suddenly, a distant voice broke through the terror.
Rowan, wake up. Wake up.
His eyes snapped open to see Maya standing beside him. Relief flooded him as he let out a shaky breath.
Oh, thank God. Thank goodness it was just a dream.
Tell me what happened.
Rowan sat down. Shaky, he began to explain what he saw.
That's strange. Because I had a very similar dream last night. I dreamt we were asleep with Ethan when I heard screams outside. I woke up to find our house filled with smoke and felt too weak to move. Ethan was crying, and the smoke got thicker. I tried to grab him and get us downstairs, but the fire was spreading so fast. We were trapped. Then I woke up coughing and gasping for air. Ethan was crying next to me, just like in the dream. It felt so real.
Rowan paused as a crease formed on his brow.
This isn't just a dream. This is a warning. We have to go see Baba.
Rowan and Maya reached a small hut hidden deep in the woods. They sat down on the bamboo seat outside. Suddenly, a teenage boy walked up to them. He was carrying a wooden chair, and next to him was a middle-aged man dressed in red clothing. Rowan and Maya stood up politely to greet them. However, the middle-aged man didn't seem happy.
No. You youngsters have no respect for your elders.
Without hesitation, Rowan and Maya knelt down.
I see you received my messages. Have you forgotten your oath, the debt you owe? It seems you don't understand the seriousness of this. Missing even one ritual can be disastrous for the work and the sacrifices you promised.
Baba waved to the teenage boy and said,
Go get their pots for me.
Rowan and Maya followed Baba deep into the forest with the boy. They stopped at a giant mossy iroko tree. The boy placed the clay pots at the base of the tree and stepped back. In a flash of magic, the pots burst into flame. Zoe.
Eve. Zoe. Eve.
Then, just as suddenly, the voice faded and the fire died out. Baba glared at Maya and demanded,
Who are Zoe and Eve?
They are Tony's children, twins.
Then they are the next target. You have only 30 days. If you don't do it, your son or one of you will die. Oh, Baba, when will this killing stop? Isn't there ever going to be an end to it? You accepted the terms when Aina brought you here. There is no going back now. You got 30 days, or you face the consequence.
Rowan stayed quiet the whole way back, replaying in his mind how he ended up in this mess. He thought about Jide, the wealthy and powerful guy he had stolen from. No one knew exactly what Jide did for a living, but he and his friend lived like kings. They even had bodyguards and police following them around everywhere. Rowan had been arrested and was going to be put on trial. But then, the day before his court date, Jide showed up for a surprise visit. And to Rowan's shock, Jide asked for him to be released. Rowan was excited when he got an invite to Jide's upcoming party. The night arrived, and the party was buzzing with excitement. Many popular people were there. During the evening, Rowan needed to use the restroom. As he walked by the men's room, he saw a beautiful girl came out. Surprised, Rowan blunted out and asked why she was using the men's bathroom. The girl smiled warmly and said,
It's peaceful in here. The woman's restroom is full of sad girls. I guess this party isn't quite as fun for everyone.
She winked and walked away. Rowan was obsessed with her. All night he kept searching the clubhouse, hoping to see her again, but she was nowhere to be found. 3 days after the party, Jide invited Rowan to his house. To his surprise, there she was, sitting right next to Jide. Rowan's heart dropped. She smiled at him and whispered something into Jide's ears. Jide frowned, took a sip of his whiskey and then addressed Rowan directly.
It seems you can't take your eyes off my girlfriend. I noticed you've been staring at her ever since you arrived. On top of that, I found out you met at my party a few nights ago, and something of hers went missing.
Rowan felt panic rising. He stammered.
I I had no idea she was your girlfriend. And absolutely not. I didn't I didn't steal anything from her.
One of Jide bodyguards pulled Rowan out of his chair, raising him like a bag of vegetables.
Are you saying my girlfriend is unattractive to you and lying? No. Yes. No. No. Yes.
In
No.
a struggle to find the right words, Jide broke into laughter.
We were only messing with you, man. This is Maya, the boss lady of our cycle. She is a hard nut to crack, but somehow you were able to soften her nut. She insisted you become a part of us, so welcome to the club. Soon you'd become a big boy too and leave your petty picketing for the kids. But first, you would have to meet with the other members by the weekend.
Rowan could not contain his joy. He stayed up all night with wild imagination. His petty scam at the market was only enough for basic needs because the police were on his tail. But a bugging question hit him.
Why of all people are you invited to join their cycle?
This is luck, nothing but grace.
He calmed himself. He met with Jide on the appointed day and was driven in a dark van to an unknown destination. He got out of the van and realized they were deep in a thick forest. Confused, Maya whispered.
This is my uncle's house for protection. Don't be scared. No harm will come to you.
After the initiation process was done, the witch doctor declared that Maya and Rowan should do the next job as partners, and whatever money they made should be shared equally among the group members. When they returned home, Jide finally explained what they actually did for a living. They were involved in a romance scam. Their job was to chat with lonely people online, pretend to be someone they weren't, and build a relationship. Once they gained the trust of their victim, they would send the picture of the person to Baba. Rowan wasn't bothered by this until one evening, Maya sent him a message with a link to an attractive older woman. Maya told him the woman was the wife of the senator's son and was stuck in an abusive marriage and vulnerable. After their first date, Rowan shared his findings about Nadia with the group. Everyone agreed that getting Nadia's husband out of the picture would make it easier for Rowan to be with her. He disagreed with his plan, but eventually, Baba pressured him into going along with it. The group then devised a plan to eliminate Nadia's husband, Tony. They assigned Best, another member, to spy on Tony's daily routine. While watching Tony's house from a hidden location, Best noticed someone suspicious coming during the day and leaving Tony's house during evening hours. This person turned out to be Saru. Best followed Saru to learn more about him and hopefully discover a weakness they could exploit. Saru loved spending time at hotel happy hours. Here was where he met Maya, disguised as a wealthy, flirtatious realtor, offering to show him some beautiful properties on her computer in her room. Saru was impressed by the houses Maya presented, but sadly admitted he couldn't afford them. Maya then proposed a deal. If he could help with a client, he could earn enough money to buy one of those dream houses. Rowan's feelings for Maya kept getting stronger, even though he was pretending to be married to Nadia for the business deal. As soon as the deal was done, he hurried back to Maya and asked her to be his wife. Maya said yes, but she also insisted that he met with her grandmother before they got married. Rowan met with Aina, a middle-aged woman who revealed the shocking truth. Getting married to Maya means he becomes one with her blessings and curses by oath. Here he learned Maya never knew her real parent. Instead, she was raised by her grandmother. This grandmother, desperate to help her poor husband, made a terrible deal with the deity. She promised something precious in exchange for wealth and power. Her husband did get what he wanted, but left her for a new lover. The deal caused the death of her three daughters, including Maya's mother. However, there was a silver of hope, but it came at a terrible cost. The only way to break the curse on their descendants was to destroy the other family. Rowan felt this was a test of his love for Maya and agreed to this. But when he heard about Nadia's suicide, he felt himself reluctant to continue the covenant. Maya interrupted his thought process.
I just got info that Eve and Zoe are in town for their marital ceremony. This is our only chance.
No, they are innocent. Why do we have to punish them for the sins of their grandfather? I can't do this anymore.
We cannot be rational here, sweetie. If we don't, my life and Ethan's life will be in danger. The girls are lucky to have experienced the best of life, unlike us. We will be merciful by giving them a painless death. It would feel like they drifted off to sleep.
How do we do it? You aren't friends with them, neither am I.
Don't worry, love. I'll come up with a plan before their wedding day.
The D-Day, Maya arrived at the venue pretending to be a florist. Meanwhile, the wedding planner was distracted by Rowan, who was disguised as a very showy guest. Rowan acted lost and confused, needing help finding his way around. This distraction gave Maya the chance to slip into the room where the bride and a maid of honor were getting ready.
Here are your bouquets, just as you requested, ma'am.
She quickly handed a bouquet to each of them. The bride and maid of honor admired the flowers and leaned in to smell them. Suddenly, they both felt dizzy. The room started spinning and they collapsed onto the floor. There was chaos and confusion everywhere. The other bridesmaids screamed, not sure what was happening. Maya, however, had snuck out unnoticed. As she reached the gate, Rowan's voice boomed from the car.
Get in!
They speed off in a hurry, not realizing the truck was barreling towards them from a hidden turn. Rowan swept to avoid it, but it was too late. Limbo, the belt holds again. Nadia had sank as she appeared at Rowan's house, but this time around, Rowan was not there. It was empty with the sound of a baby crying. A maternal instinct kicked in a primal urge to comfort the baby. But before she could find the baby, she was back in her apartment. She takes a deep breath, bracing herself for the sharp pain shooting through her stomach. Though surprisingly, the pain was not as bad as it used to. A voice whispered.
Your tormentor no longer exists on this plane, but they left a child. When you find the child, it's up to you to decide its fate.
Nadia felt a churning in her stomach. Rowan's harsh word echoed in her mind as she recalled a pregnant woman on the balcony. A bittersweet smile played on her lips.